Hey, 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 hey. Black excellence, black beauty, and black pride. Black power from all diasporas coincide. Progressive truth and regression eventually collide. May the beauty of the people no longer be set aside. May the black queen's grace continually mesmerize the millions who couldn't see it when looking into her eyes. And the black man's plight no longer be the disguise. Oppression, emasculation, they wanna castricize him. Take him away from the black queen, put him inside prison for slave labor, he institutionalized. Wondering on the outside, is she willing to ride? Is she willing to ride? Is she willing to fight for the love, even despite the fact that he doing time? Love that conquers all will never fade with time. If she don't choose the love that appreciates every life, his flame might get dim and he may eventually.
And welcome to the Urban Impact Show. I am one of your hosts, Rob Johnson.
I'm the favorite, Shekinah Young.
And the favorite is definitely here. So today we're talking about the Black Health Challenge. That is being promoted not just here in Des Moines, but also in a whole bunch of other places. Health and equity go together. And I know we had a show where that dude Big, so shout out to him and his mother. They came onto the show and they called me out publicly to get healthy. Not only did they call me out publicly, but Zakiya has been on my heels for the last, I don't know how many years, to say, hey, Rob, I want you to get healthy.
Zakiya of Soul Fit in the building. Shout out to her.
Yep.
Grace Fit.
Yeah. And then right after that, I was at my favorite or one of my favorite food trucks here in Des Moines, black owned, called Wings on Wheels.
Wings on Wheels.
Trying to just get a couple of wings. Have some fries with mild sauce, piece of bread, and a nice little Snapple. And yet, while in line, I was approached by a small, petite woman who came up and said, hey, Rob, my name is Meddy, and I think we could do something around black health. And so Meddy from Black Collars said, let's get involved and let's start to push this and let's see what all we can do. With that being said, our country, on a more serious note, is being ravaged through by a terrible virus that is man-made called COVID-19, also known as the coronavirus. We know that with the coronavirus that African Americans and Hispanics are not catching the virus at a higher rate, but they are dying at a higher rate. They may not catch it quickly or more than anyone else, but when they do catch it, it is more deadly. As a matter of fact, we find that the reason for this is simply because there are discrimination things that are happening in our healthcare system. Black people currently, right now, when it comes to health, are discriminated against. Unfortunately, it exists in the system that was meant to protect the well-being or the health. The CDC says examples such as systems include healthcare, housing, education, criminal justice, and finance. But health, because African Americans do not have access to a healthcare provider or to medicine, not to treat the symptoms, but to treat the actual illness, leads to underlying causes, which means that once they catch the coronavirus or are affected by COVID-19, it accelerates already underlying things. So today on the show, we're talking about black health. Shekinah?
Yes. And we're getting ready for the Black Health Challenge. And even if, but prior to COVID-19, we have been topping some lists that we don't necessarily want to top. I'm talking about lists with hypertension, high blood pressure. Everybody had a granny or an auntie that would have arthritis or Arthur. Y'all remember Arthur? It took me so many years to figure out who Arthur was. But there are health concerns, and whether you are thin or whether you are thicker or just regular thick or just straight, whatever the case may be, we have to take care of our bodies, right? Last week we talked about mental health, and we talked about your health picture as a whole is physical and mental. I don't know about y'all, but I work out with Zakiya at So Fit, and after all the stuff that's going on with what's happening within the Black community and just the United States as a whole, and people paying more attention to racial injustices, I needed those workouts. So this is more than just if your pants don't fit or you got the quarantine 15. This is taking care of yourself, of your heart, things that you can't see. You want clear skin? Drink water and work out. So it's so much beyond having attributes within your physical body that you may like or you want somebody else to like. This is about what we need to do to take care of ourselves as a people. So we just want to have a real talk conversation today with two highly skilled, beautiful professionals about the Black Health Challenge. And I appreciate them so much for motivating my friend Robert James John. Because y'all know I've been
my whole name.
The whole name. But I'm really excited to get into the show with them and talk about the Black Health Challenge and what we can do, some of the options that are out here for us, just based on some facts, ways that we can get more active and be healthy in today's world.
So we're going to have them introduce themselves as soon as we come back from let's do a 30-second break, and then we're going to have them kind of take over and just talk about their businesses, talk about what they're doing. And then at the end, please stick around because you never know what may be thrown out at the end. Everybody share this video, start sharing right now. Everybody go out and share it because we want to get the views up. But please stick around because at the end, you never know what we may throw out there with these guests we got coming up. So we'll be right back. You're watching the Urban Impact Show. And we are back. We're back. So Shekinah, who we got with us?
I would like to take a little moment to allow them to introduce themselves. Tell us your name and your business and why you are passionate about fitness. Let's start with Zakiya.
Thanks for having me, Shekinah and Rob. I appreciate it. My name is Zakiya English, founder of Grace Fitness, is a local nonprofit here in Des Moines. We are a social equity nonprofit surrounded around health and fitness and getting people healthy no matter your ability to pay. Because I'm coming from 305 pounds. If it wasn't afforded to me some graces, I wouldn't be where I am today. And knowing that our barriers and lack of access due to income, that's why Grace Fitness was started, to really help people get healthy no matter your income level.
So cool. Thank you so much, Zakiya and Grace Fitness. Meddy, tell us a little bit about you.
Hi, thank you very much for having me on the show. My name is Meddy Paulus, and I am the co-owner of Black Collar Crossfit, and I'm located on the southwest side of downtown. I got involved in fitness because I discovered that I had a passion to help people. But not only that, I discovered that I really enjoy empowering people, especially women. Becoming a CrossFit gym coach or CrossFit coach, I began to build these relationships with my clients. And the really cool thing was seeing the journey of where they started to how far they went. And the beauty of it with my particular field is that it is completely modified. You can modify it to any level, and that's what's really beautiful about it. But how I got involved with Rob and how I met him was I actually went to a protest, and I was there and I heard him speak, and Rob actually knows my grandmother, and there's a lot that goes on with that.
Yeah, she was out there with the protest too.
She did.
I know that's right, Grandma.
Yes. But I preach a lot about how fitness and health should be accessible to everybody. And I say that to everyone that walks through my doors when they come into us for the very first time. And for me getting involved in this was very eye-opening, because I preach that, but I also understand that it is not accessible to everyone. That's something that I have learned. And so for me, this is a very big growth period to learn that, but also then to encourage not only myself, but also my peers that are in the fitness industry, that we need to do more. We need to be more active to make health and fitness equitable across the board. So that's why I'm here.
Hey, thank you both for that, man. That is, this is why we did this. So for those who don't know, on August 1st at 5 p.m. at Evelyn K. Davis Park, we will have the Black Health Challenge. And so that what that looks like, and our lovely host of that, or our host of that, will be Billy Weathers and the Urban Impact Show's very own Miss Shekinah Young. And so they're going to be hosting that event, and we're going to have speakers. We're going to have people talking about mental health, nutritional health, and then at the end of that, Meddy and Zakiya are going to do their own thing. They're going to talk if they want to talk. They're going to exercise if they want to exercise. They're going to really kind of do their own show. And so this is an opportunity for you to get signed up with one of them, because we realize that people are at different levels, right? I don't like working out. I think that's very clear. I don't like it, but I need to. And so for a week now, Kayla and I have gotten up at 6 a.m. to join Zakiya's Grace Fitness class in the morning. And, I've begrudgingly, my alarm goes off at 5:45, and I'm a little upset about it, but, at the end of the day, I think it's really good. With that being said, for both Meddy and Zakiya, people that really think like me, who are like, look, I'm not about to do this workout crap. Like, I'm not about to do this. Y'all are crazy. Let's start with Meddy and then go to Zakiya. What do you say to that? Like, what do you say to people who think like that?
Oh man, that's a great question. I always tell people, well, and you and I have had this conversation when you came into my space, but I always tell people that surprisingly, the fitness part of this, at least here in my gym and the culture here, is that the fitness is kind of the secondary. The primary is building the relationship and building that camaraderie and that accountability. What I've found is that there is this incredible power when people work out together, and there's something about suffering together and going through this transition of growth and being uncomfortable that brings you closer together. And the side effect is the fitness, is the health. And so I coach, which Rob knows this, and he about fell out of the chair when I told him this, because he talks about 5:45 waking up in the morning. Let me tell you, that's sleeping in, because my day starts at 3:40 a.m. because I coach the 5:15 a.m. class. And my 5:15 a.m.ers, I'll be really honest, they don't say anything. They're just walking in, and they are begrudgingly, hi, here we are. And I love them dearly, so I always tell them that I'm here to entertain them. They don't have to like it, but I will dance and I will cheer them on and I will coach them and I will encourage them, and they get the work done. And that's really what matters. That's what's most important, is that they have control of their stimulus. They have the ability to determine how hard they're going to work to get those results. So it's a very personal journey when it comes to someone's fitness. And for some people, they'll give it all they got. And for others, they may be having a bad day, and 50% is what they're going to give me. And that's okay, because the biggest the biggest hurdle is coming through my doors. So,
Zakiya?
Well, I would say, Rob, that for me, I want to meet people where they are. You know, like you, when you came in last Monday, I didn't expect you to do 15 jumping jacks, not the hard ones. So you modify until you can get better and do more. It's all about starting from somewhere. At least you start. If it's just walking around your block, because then that walk will take you to another block and another block. But the most important thing is starting. And what I found is if you work out in the morning, it sets the tone for your day before your mind can tell you you're too busy to work out, or if you have kids, a job, all these things get in the way. So working out before you get your day started, it sets the tone for you. And baby step it. Don't go from not working out to jogging around the block, because it sets yourself up for injury. You get discouraged if you can't keep it up. So I'm all about incremental steps and setting a foundation of something that you can do long term. That's why my classes are 45 minutes before you can even start complaining. It's time. It doesn't take long to get in shape and get healthy. And that's what the Black Health Challenge is about. Awareness of exercise and eating healthy and really taking care of you physically, because this is the only body that you have, and you have to take care of it by eating healthier and exercising.
Robert has texted me, but I didn't see the text until now because I'm so I'm in the conversation. Like, yeah, that is so right. I think when
Right?
it comes to, I think it's really important, and even a greater importance than we may play. We kind of poo-poo that or push that down, especially in the Black community. Being thick is a good thing, and whatever you like, tomato or tomato. I'm not here to tell anybody what they should like, but health is something that's very serious. If we're talking about Black Lives Matter, then how does that impact your everyday choices or the things that we do on a regular basis? And I think that has a part to play with how we treat our bodies, what we're putting in those, what we're putting on those, and if we want those bodies and lives to last as long as they need to last, so that we can have some real impact in this world and have fruitful lives with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. What are we doing to make that happen? And we have so many excuses and all kinds of things. And I used to be the queen of some of those excuses. Like my hair, we are not playing with my hair. Or I have a friend who will remain nameless that thought they were allergic to working out and they would be itching when it was time to work out. Or I don't have time, or the kids, the husband, the wife. Can you both speak to your programs with Grace Fitness as well as Black Collar CrossFit? Speak to how your programs kind of provide different options for people that may have some excuses in life that we're trying to come over.
So I can begin. My program with Grace Fitness is a 4-week program, and we set a foundation with really helping you think about what's preventing you to work out, really addressing those inner doubts and those inner fears, and maybe some things you may have picked up along the way that's just not true. So our program is really giving them a foundation, because for me, losing almost 100 pounds naturally, if I had a program like that, I wouldn't have struggled. So I've implemented what I've learned along the way to just help boost people's confidence, because there's no quick fix to getting healthy. You really have to take it day by day. And then my program, that is what I teach, is just start from where you are and learn from there and make better choices. And we help with that. You know, if you have to eat out, what you can choose when you eat out. So those little tidbits to really help you, because I don't want to tell you what to eat, because it's not what you want to eat. I teach people, we teach people how to eat what you like, portion control, so you can feel better and look better. So that's what Grace Fitness does, and it's income based. If you can afford to pay, the program is $150. If you are on food stamps, free or reduced lunch, Medicare, Medicaid, it is donation based, or you come in at $0, because there should not be a barrier to you getting healthy because of your income. And that's why Grace Fitness is around, and that's what we do to encourage you. You gotta live, and you gotta get exercise and thinking about eating better and applying what you know to get you to where you want to go, get you off those medicines, and prevent the weight loss surgery before you have to have it. So I just encourage people to look us up, because we are really, I can only say for me, it's from experience. From where I've come from to now is all me showing people what it takes to get where you want to be. So,
Meddy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. Sorry, I was on mute. That was beautiful what Zakiya said. Yeah, with us, with Black Collar, it's, I like to tell people that when I have every ability in my gym, everybody from a lot of my members are, individuals that have never set foot in a gym. We're the first ones, we're the ones that they have the courage to walk through the doors. And then I have athletes that are a little bit more advanced. They tend to be a little bit more competitive. And with CrossFit, it's this beautiful kind of dance between body weight training as well as Olympic weightlifting and cardio and gymnastics work. And so for us, we really get to play. We really get to challenge ourselves with things that, a lot of people don't think are possible. It's something as simple as a push-up, which, a lot of people are like, you want me to do what? And it's like, no, you need to push up. That's a basic function. That is something that if you fall, you need to be able to push yourself up to at least get to crawling on the ground or whatever. That's important stuff. Being able to, walk up and down the stairs, being able to pull yourself up from something. So, we definitely, we also, do our best to meet people where they're at and teach them new movements, but we also bring a lot of the body awareness, because there's a lot of people that I've come across that are not aware of how their bodies move. And that is truly important. They're not aware of the abilities that they have. And that's one thing that's really important, is bringing that awareness to them and, getting them to push a little bit further. We really talked about getting uncomfortable and getting, and getting used to being uncomfortable, because that's where growth happens. That's one of those things that we really focus on. It's the general population is what we aim for. Everyone in here in a class is of every different ability, and it's very beautiful to see people from the beginning and people who are advanced working out together, so to speak, because we're social distancing, so we've got our stations, but sharing, that experience, and it's just so empowering for that. But also, not only that, the encouragement that our membership gives to each other. I have members that, they didn't think they could squat. Something as simple as squatting or deadlifting, which is a barbell move, and they're moving weight and they're moving their bodies in such a way. I'll never forget. I had really quick memory. I have a member who, she hates burpees, and burpees are basically, Shekinah's like, I know what those are. So it's basically, you're going to get down on the ground and you're going to do a push up and then stand up. and she did burpees, and she was so excited to do something like that, to just do burpees in a workout. And that is truly impactful and empowering. And so seeing those changes happen and bringing people that awareness of your body can do this, this is beneficial. And it's one of those things too now where I've come to the understanding that for a lot of people, health and fitness is a luxury, and it should not be a luxury. This should be your basic right. You should be able to be healthy regardless of your economic status, period.
Yeah.
That is just something that I am really, truly, passionate about. And it's upsetting for me in my space, because I'm a specialty, quote unquote. That's what my business is. We are a specialty. So we are considered a luxury. So for me to figure that out, to expand, is something that I want to do, is something that, needs to be done in some way, shape, or form to spread that message. But also getting into nutrition, we do nutrition coaching here, and we focus a lot on, whole foods, eating whole foods, eating less processed foods, eating foods that, are coming from the ground, things that are being cultivated locally, like trying to get local source foods. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing that I get frustrated with is the fact that why are local source foods so expensive? Why is it more expensive to purchase apples, oranges, carrots, but you can go get a 99-cent cheeseburger?
Yeah.
Those are things that are frustrating and, conflicting in that space. So
that you brought up a lot of good points that I feel like very helpful for our conversation after our 60-second break, which, if we are not back on time, we all know whose fault it is. But if you are just tuning in, this is the Urban Impact Show. We are talking about Black health and how that matters. We're getting ready for the Black Health Challenge that starts on August 1st at Evelyn K. Davis Park at 5 p.m. We are joined by Meddy of Black Collar Crossfit and Zakiya English of Grace Fitness. You do not want to miss this. We are taking a 60-second break, and if we come back late, it's Rob's fault. Urban Impact Show.
And we are back. Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. Thank y'all so much for tuning in with us. Real quick, everybody, do me a favor and share this. Wanted to just make sure, we wanted to make sure that we talked about this stuff because, we've all started this, and health is not always something that is at the forefront of our minds until we end up in the hospital. Until we end up, I'm gonna eat this Little Debbie because it's good. I heard somebody say, I think it was on Facebook, we can't go back into quarantine because I don't know where Little Debbie lives at yet. So I need to go find where she live at. Where she live at? I cracked myself up. And so, it's all about these food deserts. What we find out is that in African American neighborhoods, that you have these food deserts that are affecting people's health. They do not have access to clean food, to good food or healthy food. Fresh grown food without steroids, and so they're left to buying stuff off of the dollar menu or really what's around them from the corner store or something like that. And so this is also some opportunity. While we're doing this, is some opportunity to show people of some other ways of eating. I know we're starting this Black Health Challenge. August 1st is kicked off at Evelyn K. Davis Park at 5 p.m. But what we're really trying to kick off are new lifestyles so that we are all here for a long period of time, because as we work on our mental health and we eat right and we work out, according to your space. Do it your way. I don't want anybody to think that we're trying to force this workout thing on people, because that's not what we're doing. What we're doing is we're like, look, this is another avenue. Zakiya just said, walk around your block if you have to, but get your body moving some type of way. And so with that, hey, I know we're rounding 5 here pretty quickly, so I just wanted to throw out there to both Meddy and Zakiya, my last question to you all is, when it comes to the food side of things, what are your personal thoughts on what or how we should be eating? And I'll toss it to Z first, and then throw it to Matty.
I say you start from where you are, Rob, because diets don't work. How about we put that out in the atmosphere right now? Diets don't work. What works for the long term is sustainable eating and living. So for me is portion control, right? You want that bowl of ice cream, have the bowl of ice cream, but just cut your portion size down and be done with it. Be satisfied with not having a big cereal bowl of ice cream. Or you love potato chips, eat the potato chips. Just take them out the bag, read your label on the back, put the chips in a bowl instead of eating them directly out the bag in front of the TV, because you're not consciously aware of your eating. And that's the name of the game. It's not rocket science. Just be aware of what you're putting in your mouth. Cut it in half to start with. Week 1, cut it in half. Lay off the pop, drink more water. Oh, people may say, easy for you to say, I love a whatever type of pop you have. Okay, don't buy a big can, drink the little small cans, until you don't drink them at all. And drink more water and put some Crystal Light in your water to give you flavor. But it's little small incremental changes, and definitely, most importantly, cook more at home than you eat out. And I know, Rob, for you, I know you are on the go like most Americans. Like, you're no different than anybody else. For me, it's the same way. As a personal trainer, this affects me still as a personal trainer. So when you're on the go, think about your day, plan your day. Okay, I know I'm gonna be hungry. Let me grab some oatmeal or something something healthier than what you are eating. If you have to go to like McDonald's or any place, choose a kid's meal then, if that's the case. There is a strategy around this. It's not an all or nothing approach. Right, is portion control, so you can stick with this long term. This isn't a 6-month deal. This isn't a year deal. This is the rest of your life. So I'm all against diets. Even the word diet is not a diet, it's a lifestyle change. And you can do it. Small things will add up, and then you get to trying new foods that you've never eaten before, and it's delicious.
Meddy?
Yes, I'm going to second that, Zakiya, on the whole diet culture, because there is this vicious thing going around called diet culture, and it is complete BS. If I'm going to be frank, we're talking about we need to change habits, and that's exactly where it starts. It starts with changing habits. It starts with educating too. We all have cell phones. We all get on Google all the time. Right. It's start Googling where your food is coming from. Google, look at labels. When you're at the grocery store, look at your labels, read your labels. Google things that, like, I started off with doing the simplest thing. If you can't pronounce it, look it up and see what it really is. Because it's amazing the amount of preservatives that are in something. And if you can, try to avoid canned food and see about getting frozen vegetables, like flash frozen vegetables. If you can't get fresh, frozen's the next best thing, We don't always have to have protein from meat products. We can get it from our vegetables. We can get it from, yes, we can get it from, alternatives, tofu. It's, there are so many amazing alternatives, but it starts with educating, and it starts with educating. And unfortunately, a lot of times we have to do our own education. We have to be our own advocates. And that's one of those things that I really encourage my members when we talk about nutrition is we need to learn how to be our own advocates in so many ways. And just being conscious, like Zakiya said, being conscious of what we're putting in our body. Is it worth it? Are we going to feel better about it? But then also giving ourselves a little bit of forgiveness and grace. If we want to have that ice cream, if you want to have that piece of pizza, man, go do that. Live your life. You're not, unless you're a professional athlete or you're trying to go do something and be on stage, then yeah, you need to have this restricted diet. But we're talking about a reality of a real lifestyle, And so that's what's really important is like bringing our expectations just a little bit down so that we're not trying to set ourselves up for a huge disappointment. Because I think as humans, we really tend to do that a lot. And we tend to really beat ourselves up about it. And food is very personal. We have so many relationships, different types of relationships with food. For some of us, it's emotional. For some of us, it's a stress reliever. And those are important factors to bring in with that.
Yeah. Hey, Meddy, real quick, I wanted to, I saw you, first of all, shout out to you I saw you supporting some black-owned businesses. You was at Wings on Wheels, and then you were even at Coaches and how do you say it, Shekinah? Kolaches?
Coaches Kolaches.
Kolaches. Yeah. Oh my God, I love them.
Yeah. So shout out, saw you out there supporting those businesses. I try to go to Coaches and buy the barbershop food on Saturday mornings because that's just something that we do. But yeah, so Shekinah, I'm gonna throw it to you.
We have had such a good time talking with Zakiya and with Meddy about health and what that looks like, the barriers that are there, how to overcome some of those barriers we can't immediately control, but some of those we can. We want to take responsibility for our health and make sure that when we are screaming Black Lives Matter, when our mask says Black Lives Matter, when our shirt says Black Lives Matter, that our choices say Black Lives Matter too. The reality of health, and like I'm not an expert and not picture perfect in that, neither is Rob or anybody else in the world, but the reality of that is some of those things are within our control. When you talk about heart disease, last year heart disease took over 650,000 people from us. 650,000 people. When you talk about diabetes, we're talking about over 85,000 people. And so when we talk about these choices and we talk about drinking water and minimizing excuses, this is real, y'all, like real, tangible. Like, you want your limbs? You want to keep them? I like salt. I love spicy food. Muy caliente. That's the way to go. But salt, spicy, they go together, right? And so I have been trying to like not put salty seasonings. I got Flavor Guide, not a promo, but maybe, I don't know, Flavor Guide, holler at us. But I started using Flavor Guide seasoning. It's an adjustment, but it's still good, So what small things can you do? If that's drinking more water, if that's marching in place in your house, doing some jumping jacks while you watching your TikTok and all these other things we be watching. I don't know, every TV show you're watching, make sure you're moving while you're doing that. These are small, tangible things that we can do. We got to be here, y'all. We got work to do. We have lives to live. We have people that we need to impact. We need to maximize our life here, And so I think it's just so important to pay attention to your body. And it's not even about looking a certain way. We've all heard about the Brazilian butt lifts and the fat injections, and you take it from here and you put it there. And yes, it may look nice, but how do you feel? Are you tired? Do you have energy? Can you breathe? that doesn't mean that you weigh a certain amount or you're a certain size, but that's your body and how hard your heart has to work to keep you moving. So we at the Urban Impact Show just want you to be healthy in mind, body, and spirit, which is why we have Zakiya of Grace Fitness and Meddy of Black Collar CrossFit today with us. And some closing thoughts, I think, yes, definitely closing thoughts. Maybe in 1 minute, what would you all give as tips to folks as to why they should join the Black Health Challenge if they can't make it out on August 1st at 5 p.m. at Evelyn K. Davis Park? What can they do to get more information about your specific organizations?
I will start. The reason why people should attend the Black Health Matter Challenge and take it seriously is because your life depends on it. You have to do it for you. You can't do it for anybody else but you. Just because your grandmother had diabetes or sugar, whatever they call it,
the sugar,
of the sugar, does not mean that you will have it, right? So you need to take control of your health and do it incrementally. Don't make it hard. Make it something that you can stick with for the long haul. And my tip is, don't wait for Monday to start a fitness routine. You do it today and every day, because those days are going to add up and you're going to feel so much better. And the praise report from your doctor just will be mind-blowing, right? So do it for you and do it for your health and your family, because your family needs you, your kids need you, your grandkids need you, you need you. So do it for you. And how you can get in contact with me is Grace Fitness, dsm.org is our website. And do it for you today, because you're not promised tomorrow. Don't put it off till next week, because you're not promised that. I had a client that passed away in a chair at 63 years old from obesity, and your heart can't take it. And to leave that on your kids, and they wish that you could be around to see your grandkids because you didn't take the time for you to exercise. We as a Black community, we have to change that. And that's why being a part of this Black Health Challenge, we are challenging you to get yourself together. And it's people like Grace Fitness, like Matty, that's here for you, right? So we taking the excuses out. If you need us, we here.
Meddy?
Yes. You should come and check out the Black Health Challenge for a lot of reasons. For one, you should come out because it's going to be a lot of fun. For two, you're going to meet some amazing people and try out some really cool things. You're going to come and you're going to support a lot of beautiful people out there. And health should not be a luxury. Hands down, it should not be a luxury. It should be your right. You need to fight for it. You need to fight for it like we fight for everything else. I'm going to piggyback again off what Zakiya said. You only have one life. There's only one you, and a lot of people need you, but you can't take care of a lot of people unless you are taking care of yourself. So you need to take care of you. That's across the board. And it's fun. I mean, I know Rob probably disagrees with me, but it's really fun. There's so many avenues that you can take, everyone. You can, everything from walking to yoga to gymnastics to weightlifting to running to at-home workouts. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be complicated. It does not have to be expensive. It can be very simple. Movement. Our bodies were designed to move. Let's move them, period. That's it. Let's move them, period. Fitness is not a one-size-fits-all. I'm going to emphasize that. It is not a one-size-fits-all. So I know a lot of people out there like to judge people based on how they look. I'm going to shut that down right now. You need to stop, because you don't know what's going on. There are people out there that are every beautiful shape and size, and they are strong AF. Strong, like you wouldn't believe. So that's another thing. Get that out of your mind. If you have that ideal, gone. You can reach me on Instagram or Facebook. My Instagram handle is Meddy, Meddy, Paulus, Paulus. And you can find me on Facebook under Medenciana Paulus or Meddy Paulus, same thing. And Black Collar CrossFit, same deal. Instagram handle is Black Collar CF, and Facebook is Black Collar CrossFit. And my email, if you want to directly email me, is Meddy, Meddy, at blackcollarcrossfit.com. I got a lot of stuff, but if you guys just want to talk too, you want to just chat, or you just need some advice, I'm happy to be there. I'm happy to help however I can. Thank you, guys.
No problem. We appreciate that. So, everyone, if you need to, or just thinking about it, you got some thoughts, maybe you don't know if it's for you or not. You broke your knee last year, last week. I don't know. Granny had sugar, daddy had Arthur. Who knows? Doctor says you got close to high blood pressure, but you want to take control of that. You want to be the change you wish to see. You want to impact your future and help determine the longevity of your life and how you can breathe better and have great energy. Hit up our two guests today. GraceFitnessDSM.org is how you get in contact with Zakiya English. That's GraceFitnessDSM.org. But also, if you would like to contact Meddy with Black Collar CrossFit, there are several ways to get in contact with her, and I hope that I wrote all of them down appropriately. On IG, you can find her at Meddy, Meddy, Paulus. And then on Facebook, under the same Meddy, Paulus. You can also contact Black Collar CF. Is that on Facebook and Instagram in that name?
It's on Instagram that way. Black Collar CrossFit, full word, on Facebook.
Okay, full word on Facebook. Robbie J?
Hey, first of all, thank y'all so much for joining us today. This has been really good. As much as I hate working out and I really dislike this conversation, I do believe that it is necessary. I do believe that it is something that we that we have to do. You know, I used to be fit. I used to be a little, or let me put it like this: I used to be more fit when I was back running track. And I posted that throwback pic a little bit ago. And so, for me, it's about just getting healthy. And so I want everybody that is under the sound of my voice, that we have any sphere of influence with, to join us. I've taken this leap myself by getting up early in the mornings, as much as I would like to sleep, and as much as I would like a certain breakfast sandwich from a certain place in the mornings. I've stopped doing that, and so I want you all to take this journey with me. Life is definitely better with friends. And so, shout out to my friends, my team, my squad, my circle, for all of their encouragement to do this, because this is serious. We definitely want to be here a long time. And your family history can definitely point to, hey, let's make sure that what happened doesn't happen to you. So, August 1st, at 5 p.m. at Evelyn K. Davis Park, we're going to be having this. Having this Black Health Challenge. It is an event, and so we want you to come hear from speakers. Our hosts will be Shekinah Young and Billy Weathers, and we will have some other amazing speakers there. Please share that information. Come out. We want to pack that place out. If you look, this is another way to protest. This is another way to shout Black Lives Matter. This is another way for us to continue to push this movement forward, this whole movement that we have going on. So shout out to you all. Thank you for listening. Please share this content, and please go subscribe to our YouTube channel at Urban Impact Show on YouTube. Also, last thing I told y'all, thanks to those who waited to the end, you never know what's going to happen. We're going to be giving away some money. We're going to be giving away some money to those who go and subscribe to our YouTube. So we're going to search through our YouTube, and then you have to be present at So there's two things you got to do. You got to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You have to be present at the Black Health Challenge in order to win some money. Trust me, it's not going to be a little bit of money. You want to do these two steps. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for the Urban Impact Show and show up and be present on August 1st at 5 p.m. at EKD Park. We look forward to seeing y'all. God bless. Y'all have a great week. See y'all next time.
Urban Impact Show.